Are you ready, Chris?
We're ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Kelly, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Here we are again. The 9 Club is back on the air. We got Jason Hernandez in the hot seat today.
How you guys doing?
Oh, man, we're good, man. How are you?
Doing good.
As always, we got Roger Bagley. And over on the button,
I'm still here.
we got Kelly Hart.
Still here. Still pushing the button.
You're on a thin piece of thread, Kelly. Let me tell you.
I'm going to hold it down, dude. I'm holding down the button.
All right. Well, let go of that button. What's going on, man? Everything good, Jason? What's happening, man? Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
To the 9 Club here.
Yeah.
We're stoked to have you.
I'm stoked to be on the 9 Club.
Man.
I've been watching it.
So what did you do today? What's a day in the life? What's going on? Like,
wow.
where do you live?
I live in Glassell Park now.
Where is that?
I'll do it by skate spot.
Yes. I like that. Okay.
That's the best way to describe a skater.
Yeah.
Someone asked me like where I live. I'm like, I live near the that tranny to wall, really colorful wall that Ave had a skateboard mag cover, or was
The,
Thrasher
the
cover?
yellow wall went to the auto body shop.
Exactly. And Daniel had like a wall ride no slide on it.
Daniel Shimizu?
Yep. And
Okay.
then
Not as Coppice had a 5.0 grind.
Costin had a 5.0 grind kind of yank out on it as well.
Okay. Huh.
Fun little fact is since I live next to it, they actually made it 1 cinder block taller. And they repainted it.
Really?
So if
Who did? You did? Did you do it? I wouldn't be surprised
I wouldn't
if
be
you
surprised
did
if you
it.
did.
Yeah.
I would have ruined it.
Oh, made it oververt.
Yeah, it's that much taller. It's another, what's a cinder block, 6 inches, 8 inches?
So the people just must have done it then. The people.
I don't
who
think
own
they did
or-
it to stop skating.
Okay.
I think
They
they just wanted a taller wall.
What a weird thing to do.
So I live near there.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about your skate spot building, your DIY. Do you still do the DIY?
Yeah,
I mean, for people
definitely.
who don't know,
Yeah.
you've built some iconic skateboarding spots. Iconic. Seriously. Yeah.
You've given the kids in LA a place to go every day during the week.
That's a good feeling.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just me. I Daniel Shimizu, Thomas Bonilla,
Okay.
a bunch of people I'm going to forget, but
Right.
we built the first ledges in East LA, the Eastern ledges.
Didn't they have a different name though? That people called it. Maybe they just called it DIY.
It was the one over by the school, right?
Near Cal State.
Cal State, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I always just call them Eastern ledges.
I could have sworn people call him the Jason Hernandez
I-
legend. I
that's
swear.
true.
I'm not even saying that.
That's
People
true,
seriously
too.
call
Yeah.
him that.
I
They
remember
called
that.
The ones in Rosemead, that I believe.
If I could have put them all in one, it would have been the ultimate spot. I would have loved that.
The ultimate find was the one in by your old house.
Oh gosh.
Where they shot the opening for Fully Flared and all
Fully Flared,
that.
yeah.
Kind of bummed on that.
You built some stuff there? I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Really?
Ave had a trick there in Minefield. It's like we built, Heath Kirchart and I randomly
Really?
built a bump
Yeah.
up to a Euro gap.
Okay.
And Ave did a switch 3 flip.
Oh, where the trucks go in and park? Is that
Exactly.
where? Okay.
Yeah.
Right,
And then we built
right.
then we built a bump over a wall, and Dylan had an impossible cover.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. Didn't you also have like a bump to ledge there too?
Yeah, the same.
Like a.
It was the same spot. It was like
Same
a
spot.
cinder
Oh, yeah.
block wall, and then there's a bump here.
Right.
So Dylan went this way. Daniel did a trick over it the other way.
Yeah, sick.
Yeah. That was a fun one too.
But I do remember the Jason Hernandez ledges though. That was that's what they called them. Yeah. How many spots do you think you've built? Do you know the number or do you not?
Okay, so Eastern, and then the Rosemead ledges, the tranny to barrier at the DMV underneath the bridge on the 110. I think there's 2 channels against the barrier. People skate over that. The metal underneath the Disney Center on that ledge.
Yeah.
It's all skate stop now, I think.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I mean, just rip the metal off.
The
right?
flat bar over like some dirt gap.
Right,
That's
yeah.
gone.
The Home
Some
Depot
other
curbs.
stuff. Oh, the curbs. Yeah.
That one's sick.
That's mine.
Yeah.
That's for me though. All the rest of them have always been for someone else.
Right,
like for
right.
the team. Or,
But you guys didn't really do the. Well, you actually dug out. Did you help dig out the
yeah.
Home Depot? Oh, really?
yeah, spent some hours there digging.
Wow.
But not just that. I built a form, and I made these like parking blocks that fit on top of the curbs.
I haven't seen that yet.
It's gone now.
Oh, it's gone.
Some big truck ran into
Oh.
it and knocked it out.
Have you ever built a spot? Maybe when you first started, did you ever build a spot that you didn't think was going to blow up, and you just built it, and then everybody started going there, and you were like, "What the fuck?"
Okay, so Eastern ledges,
Okay.
specifically for Charlotte Greyhouse.
Really?
Specifically because he had specific
Was
tricks
it for
he
the first
wanted.
love?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Transworld video.
Things he wanted to do on a double side ledge.
Yeah.
So that was the first thing we built there was a double side ledge. He got the 2 tricks he wanted.
Okay.
Like, okay, cool. Let's build another little ledge going down.
Yeah.
Did that and then built the ledge on the bottom. I saw a filmer come out of there one day And this was like, I felt, like I had to stand my ground, So
You approached him?
No.
Oh.
Well, he was gone.
Okay.
And I'm like, how do I stop skaters from skating here? How do I stop people filming here? Because I wanted to be in the Transworld video first.
Right.
So I drilled these holes in the bottom, and I bought like 3 different chains, and I gave the people who helped keys.
Okay.
And that lasted like a week, and then someone cut the chains.
Cut the chains, right.
And then it became a hotspot.
Okay. Yeah. So you tried to stop them.
You can't stop skaters. You can't stop them.
It sounds so lame, but back then I really wanted it's, like we put all the work in to make it. So I was like, I really want it in our video.
And you were doing it for a specific project.
Yeah,
you wanted it in there first.
Yeah.
You do the same thing with, you didn't do that, but like for Rosemead, you tried keeping that one a secret for a long time, I feel like,
Definitely.
for Habitat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it was kind of like whoever I work for, I feel like I want to give them all I can.
Yeah.
So I feel like they deserve it all. And then if I work for you, I'd give it to
Yeah.
You want a manual? Let's make you a manual.
Let's do something. Let's work on a project.
Can you make something that looks like the stage?
Let's get a manual
Yeah.
going.
No. Fuck. Looks like the stage, but it's 6 inches high.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Just a mini replica. We should do that, dude. We should build a replica, a miniature replica.
I know. No, seriously. What is this dog barking? Who is this?
The neighbor's
fucking-
dog.
Tell him to go give it a milk bone. Jesus Christ. Oh, okay. So when you were building these ledges for these videos, because back then it was kind of like, you couldn't film at skate parks. You couldn't do this stuff. So did it cross your mind that you were like, well, I'm building this stuff for the video. Will people accept it?
Oh,
like,
man.
how would that, like, how is this going to go over? Are people going to talk shit?
Bringing back some memories. Yeah,
Okay.
totally.
Yeah.
People talk shit.
Really?
Yeah, because they're like, oh, this fake spot.
It's fake. Yeah.
I feel like
We
Steve
don't
Berg
listen.
got the most for having fake spots.
Well, he did it differently, though.
Yeah.
He
took them away.
constructed. Right. He constructed a spot.
And then he'd take them.
Right.
Yeah.
Or
right.
I left
Or
them.
he built a spot to blend in with the surroundings, right?
I don't know. I just remember people saying like, oh, you should be skating like real spots. Like LA has tons of real
Yeah,
spots. Well,
right.
Well, if they do, then how come you're here?
yeah.
Like it was just for a couple tricks,
Okay,
and then it
right.
became like, oh, this is a good
thing.
warm up.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to warm up? Everyone wants to warm up. And then you'd hear people complain, and then I swear a year later they'd have a photo there.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, oh,
right,
okay,
right.
kind of funny.
So it became accepted. It just became a thing now.
So the metal edge ledge behind the grocery store, how is that any different than the metal edge ledge that someone makes?
Right.
Yeah.
Somebody made it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Just wasn't Jason Hernandez. Somebody made it. They hired a
construction company.
Right. A construction company.
But one
Yeah.
you get kicked out of, another one you get endless tries.
That's true. I like the DIY stuff. You know why I like it? Because there's some graffiti elements to it. It's like it feels rugged. You
Yeah.
know, it was kind of just it's a DIY spot. I loved it.
I'm glad that there's more now. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like they're just normal now,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah,
great.
Yeah,
so
for sure. Well, you kind of started it. Nah, I mean, there was the burn sides,
yeah.
and
He made it acceptable.
But for street though,
I mean, I just keep thinking about like, why not? Like, why not?
Right.
Why would you ever think it didn't count? You know what I mean? Like, oh, he did it. Oh, he did a trick there, but I did it on like a metal edge ledge.
right? Well, maybe it's a fact that I could see maybe because you built it special measurements, maybe for a certain trick.
Yeah.
Maybe I could see why somebody would be like, well, you made that spot for that trick. It's not like
Because you probably couldn't find that perfect spot.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like the metal edge behind the Ralphs maybe wasn't
yeah.
ideal for it, right?
Or you
it
get
was
kicked
too
out.
high.
Yeah.
It was too.
It was always about getting kicked out.
That's true.
That
That's
was
true.
that was my thing. Was that these guys were going to try tricks that were going to take a while,
Yeah.
where you get to a spot and you're going to get kicked out probably. So
Yeah.
why not get kicked out and get a clip?
Or you got to light it up and do all this stuff. What do you like lighting stuff up? What do you like better, the daytime or do you like the nighttime lighting stuff up? Or what's your
I like daytime even light.
Okay.
Like I
what
don't
is
mind
even, what is even
Overcast,
light?
eh?
What is
nice and
okay.
overcast.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh.
if it's sunny, fine. But I hate
No shadows?
I hate clouds
No.
because they come into frame.
Yeah.
And then they possibly ruin your shot.
Right.
Like
Okay.
you're going to come by manualing when all of a sudden
Yeah.
the shadow's going to come in and fuck up your manual. What would happen then?
God forbid.
Then I'm going to ask you to redo your trick.
Well, yeah, I could do that. I probably all my shit I could redo.
He's gonna be
Man,
like,
that
just
shit-
play with the exposure, hitting the dial on the fucking
man.
the VX and just hitting it the wrong way.
The skaters don't know.
Remember that
With
line?
it, the line of guy.
Or Reynolds.
Reynolds,
Oh,
I
is it
fucked up.
Reynolds?
Isn't that what
Yeah,
Miner
yeah.
says or someone
Yeah,
like
Miner.
I fucked up or something?
Oh,
or,
really?
I mean, he
I guess he
literally
fucked up twice that day.
he literally underexposed it so much that he actually went black. It just faded to black.
Wow.
Which is can totally happen.
You like jump down like a 15 stair.
It was at AZ spot. The AZ
in Tucson.
Tucson.
Yeah, I think it's like the Tucson Library or something like that.
And then you got to count the
clicks.
The clicks, yeah. So you're like, so it's 6 clicks or it's 5 clicks.
But I think like the VX with 2000 really didn't click. I think it just like rolled.
It rolled.
Yeah.
And I liked the VX 2000.
Yeah.
I remember that having just kind of like, you kind of had to know like how far on your finger while you're like, weaving in and out of
At least you could, like with that camera, you can look down at the LCD.
Yeah.
And just be like, all right.
There it is.
So Kelly, man, did you get that trick
No,
today?
yeah.
Did you? You didn't get it.
I got a couple tricks today, actually, but yeah.
I don't know what these guys are talking about.
Yeah,
the
it's all
clicks
good though.
There's a whole thing going on.
We can just have
over
our own
here.
conversation over
it's
here.
good.
This is when the button comes into play.
Yeah, that's it.
That wasn't even a bad like camera nerd out yet. It's gonna get worse.
I am sure it will.
It'll probably get worse.
I'm sure it will. No, it's all interesting, the whole DIY thing and everything. Because now people just film at skate parks.
Filming at a skate park is no big deal.
Well, that's it. Right. Yeah.
I want to talk about that.
Okay,
So
yeah.
Stoner Park, that place looks pretty like good. Like the ledges are real.
Yep.
Right.
If you took those ledges are in China somewhere. If someone does like a really gnarly trick there, and they put it in their video part, most skaters would look at it and be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
like you should have flown in China for that."
Right.
Why?
Because the kid with the helmet going by in the background ruined the shot.
That's true.
So is it a visual thing that skaters like?
I think it's a visual thing, dude.
Think so?
Yeah. I think like certain spots just look more natural and look cool or whatever, and then you go somewhere it doesn't look that cool.
All right. What about this? What about if it's at night? And what if you went to Stoner at night and it's all black at night? And
Right.
Remember fully flared Mike Mo's last or
Yes.
fakey front crook, fakey
tray.
flip? That's
Yeah.
inside the Bears.
Bears.
Right. Oh, yeah.
So then, do you count it?
Yeah. I mean,
He did it.
Yeah.
It counts.
Yeah.
I'm down for it regardless. I don't care anymore.
Right,
I think
right.
it's cool regardless.
Well, that's because you're posting on Instagram, though. If you were filming a video
No. What if
part-
it went in your part? Well, it did go in his part, but I mean,
at Stoner Park?
yeah. What if nighttime? It's all blacked
I
out.
don't give a fuck, but I think people do care.
As long as
I
you don't
think
see little Johnny in a helmet in the background, you're fine, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what people don't realize is how slippery Stoner is. And for him to fucking land a trick, why am I saying him? For me to land a trick, like it takes some fucking, you got to land
Precision.
Yeah.
It's, you just slip out. You've been filming videos for, what was the first video that you filmed? What was the first, how did you pick up a camera? We should have talked about that first. How did you pick up a camera?
I was trying to be an amateur skater.
Yeah.
Shot my first ad.
Okay.
Ruined my ankle.
Did you skate for anybody?
Yeah, by Acme.
What year were you riding for them?
This is where the memory kicks in. I have no idea.
I was just wondering if Kyle Vadibankar rode for Acme at the same time as you.
Kyle, was that
That is-
English? Who?
Kyle Vadibankar.
God bless you.
Yeah.
What?
The kid from Boston rode for Acme.
What about Brad Hayes?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I'd skate with Brad.
Yeah.
I kind of know when it was. It was 97-ish because I was in high school and it was before I graduated. Yeah, I mean, I fully filmed the part. It went in their Acme video.
Okay.
And then like, oh, we're gonna give you an ad.
Yeah.
Great. So I went and tried to do something in downtown, got ruined, and then literally like a 2-year long kind of ankle surgery thing, like just
It was
horrible.
that bad.
Oh yeah, it sucked.
Yeah, your ankle's pretty jacked. I think it doesn't bump out like crazy.
Yeah, I had this weird thing where I was able to move the tendon over the bone. So I would do it in class, like out of just kind of hang out and kind of pop it out.
I think that's worse though when you start doing shit like that.
So the orthopedic goes, he's like, you've worn through half your tendon. Like we got to do surgery. So did surgery, and then I swear it was like 6 months in 2 different casts, and then got out of that. And then basically 1 year from surgery, I was like able to push and like skate again. And then it just became like, all right, I want to hang out with my friends.
Right.
And that was my like main friend was Daniel Shimizu.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, okay, well he's filming for a part. My friend has a camera. I'll kind of steal his VX, which I kind of did. And then I just filmed Daniel.
Okay.
That was it.
I mean, you're one of the best. No offense, Raj. No. You're one of the best filmmakers.
He's in my top 5, bro.
What? He should be top 3.
Thank you, guys.
He is
damn.
actually top 3 too.
No, but you've worked on, I mean, God, all the Transworld videos you did. What was the first video that you did? Was it the Shimizu? What video was that?
I think it
that
was. It's right up here.
where did you put it,
That's
Raj?
Life somewhere. It was-
Top left.
Oh yeah, that's life.
I didn't like edit it, but I shot a lot of Daniel's part. I shot a bunch of I think Corey's part.
Okay.
I think Leo just got on Leo's stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
It was a great opportunity.
And you were excited and you were super, yeah.
I'll go through the quick story. So, My dad got me a job at LA Unified School District.
Really?
It took me 6 months to like pass probation. I passed the 6 months, and then you're set.
Did you get a key to all the schools?
Yes, I was in the lock shop.
This fucking guy.
So I could seriously go to. And I made the keys for all of LA Unified.
Wow.
There was 16 keys, and so I'd make these rings for the journeymen, the locksmiths.
Okay.
And I made myself a set.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
Do you still have the set?
Doesn't even matter because before I left, they converted them all to I think one key. So like one of those like master keys.
That's why the school police can go around and get in any school, right? They have the master key.
So 6 months in, I'm there. Like I fully have the job now.
Yeah.
And then Daniel hits me up. He's like, "Hey, we're going to Europe for a month. Do you want to go?"
Opportunity, yeah.
Yeah, but with zero. There's no
have to quit
reassurance.
your job.
Exactly.
Right.
It's not a job that you can go, "Oh, yeah, I'm going to go away for a month. Can I come back and still work
right.
here?" No. So I left, and then that was that.
Were you scared of leaving? You were like,
Fuck yeah.
'Cause what am I going to do when I get back?
I was more worried about my dad because my dad kind of got me in there. Like he got me like in to take the test and everything.
Yeah.
And he'd been there for 25 years or something like that.
Wow.
But then when I was like sending them postcards from Europe,
They were like,
they were stoked.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kept a map like where.
Oh,
I'd
really?
been. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
rad.
I wish I would have done that, man. We've been to so many places,
Yes.
right? I wish I had a world map with pins in it.
I started sending myself postcards after that trip because I was like kind of stoked
Great
on like the way
idea.
it looked.
Great
Yeah.
idea. I feel like I've almost been to every state in the country.
Definitely. Yeah.
You know, I've been to a lot of countries. I wish I had like a map of everywhere I've been. So that trip ended. That video was done. What was your first video that you actually worked on, edited? Did you go to Transworld? Like, how did you get into like that? How did you go?
Yeah, so it went. I don't even know that Europe trip was like part of like almost like a smaller video, and then I think That's Life happened.
Oh.
I think that's how it went.
Yeah.
And then they hired me. Like they're like, "Hey, do you want to work for us?" I'm like, yes. All right.
Nice.
So I didn't leave this job for nothing. Cool.
Right.
I got a job.
This is going somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I was there for maybe a year and a half.
Okay.
At Foundation, Tomato?
Yeah, at Foundation. And then Ewan Bowman hit me up and he's like, "I'm gonna leave Transworld. Like, do you want a position or do you want to like try out?"
Right.
I'm like, oh my God. He's like, yes.
The videos back then were videos,
yeah,
right?
like just to be like, just to be approached by him, like, "Hey, do you want to try out for like my position?"
Yeah.
And I'm just sweating instantly, like, yes.
Yeah.
How?
Yeah.
Like, what do I do?
Right.
Met up with John Holland. It just went from there. Like I got along with them really well. And
How could you not?
I know, John's like one of the
John's like
nicest
the
dudes
best
ever.
dude. Yeah.
he
God.
can get along with anybody.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that guy. How did it feel getting into Transworld? Was it a whole different working vibe, or because they got to put those videos out quick?
Yeah.
8 to 9 months.
That's a hustle.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah,
hustle.
when they told me that, or when John told me like, "Hey, like, yeah, we're gonna hire you,"
Yeah.
they were doing a feedback and the reason, like dual DVD, like with like bonus. So I got to edit like all of the Ty's old
stuff.
footage
Wow.
like, that no one saw.
Yeah.
And so I was going through all his tapes. We made that. That went into a trip for I think Free Your Mind. Or we went on a trip after that. There
So
was
Ty had already left.
Oh yeah,
That was years
Ty
ago.
was longer.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it went Ty, and then it went Greg, and then it went Ewan.
And Ewan's only there for like In Bloom,
I
right?
think only 2 videos maybe, but in Bloom for sure.
Well, there's only one Transworld video that stands out to me.
Is it Time to Shine?
It's Time to Shine. How did
I wasn't gonna guess that.
Yeah,
Actually.
what? Come on.
Well,
That's only.
I get it. Why? But everyone always says, or most people either they say Sight Unseen or Modus.
Of course.
Yeah.
Modus, I think.
Modus was mine.
God, it was.
I
yeah.
was stoked on Modus.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I was stoked until Time to Shine came around. Then I had to change. Yeah, it was good.
Modus and The Reason
Yeah.
were like game changers for
They
me.
were.
Yeah.
They were.
Like as a kid, I was just
Those were
like, what?
ties, right?
Yeah.
Was those
Yeah.
ties? Yeah.
Yeah.
God, he was so good at his shit. He was good at his craft.
But Holland. So Holland was editing a lot of those too.
Oh.
So Ty was shooting a lot of them, but
Okay.
but he had hired Holland to come in.
I mean, Holland's like staff Transworld for a long time.
Right.
Holland's done over 20
That-
Transworld videos.
Yeah.
Crazy.
John Holland, 20 Transworld videos.
20 years almost.
Yeah.
Once
There was
a year, right?
There's a portion where we were doing two. So when I stepped in, I did that DVD, the box set thing, and then we did Show Me the Way, where it's like a trick tip video,
Oh, okay.
and then we did For Your Mind, and then we did like Are You Alright? It was like a 2-month long like RV trip,
Okay.
and then we did First Love, and then
Right.
we did Time to Shine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like you guys only give the writers 9 months to film for it.
Basically.
Yeah,
'Cause
because
you
you got
wrap-
to edit it and you got to do all the shit afterwards. Right?
Yeah, we would
So-
take a month to edit.
Yeah.
And that's like the formula that I've even gone on till
Really?
today.
Like you need at least 3 months to edit a perfect video?
If I had 3, wow, like that'd be amazing. I don't know what I would do because I know I go backwards a lot. So like we're talking about sequences.
Yeah.
Like I might have like 10 sequences
Of the same part? Or
yes,
the same video?
the same part.
Same part.
So like if I was doing a part with you, like
Yeah.
you possibly could have 10 sequences.
Yeah.
And then I'd have,
But you have like all these different songs you want to use and different ideas. And
yeah. Sometimes I'll just have, it'll all be to the same song. Like, all right, like this is the song he's going to get, like, and I'd literally have like a sequence and then I might have another one next to it and go, all right, like I always know the one at the end of the sequence is the one that I'm working on.
Okay. How often is your first edit the one that's always that you go with?
Dude, it happens so often.
I feel like the first edit is just boom, boom, boom. It just works out. It's like
your
kismet,
gut. Yep.
And then you go in, oh, maybe I'll change this. I mean, I'm not an editor, but a skateboard film editor, but I feel like that first edit, I mean, I've done some shit, but it's always the best. And then you go in and try to change little things.
And you kind of ruin it.
You kind of ruin it.
So like, that's why I'll have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Right.
And then I'm like, I'm watching 10. I'm like, yeah, 10's rad. Oh, what's 1 look like? Oh, fuck, 1's real. Like, I like 1.
One's
like,
really
now
good.
what do I do? And then like, I'll try and make like a homage podge of like both of them.
Right.
And I try and put like 10 and 1 together, and that doesn't work. And then a week's gone by, and I'm staring at Chris Roberts. And
I
I'm
think
like,
I think the best way to edit anyone's part. I think the best way to edit anyone's part is to have more than like 2 other people in the room helping you edit.
Really?
Like when I did Oververt, like it was Matt Mullen, Louie, and myself, and we were all just making like calls the entire
Whoa.
time.
Well, that's a good question, though. Can you take constructive criticism if it's your project and it's you filmed it all and like you have it in your mind of how you want it to look? Like, can you have somebody looking over your shoulder, like giving you You're really good at that, Raj. You're really good at like taking. I think I've done work on with many videos with you, but I think you're good
show
at.
thing.
I think you're right. I think you're good at like taking that. People's input, but I don't know. I would feel like, get out of here. Let me do my thing.
It does lengthen the process.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you'll end up with a better
With
product.
too many cooks in the kitchen sometimes. I mean,
Yeah.
you have to come across people that you're like, okay, dude, let me fucking go get a burger. Let me.
Well, that's the thing with like at Transworld. So that was my first experience ever really like making a full video.
Yeah.
And then John is so easy to work with. So typically John would have like 2 guys, 3 guys, and I have 2 guys, 3 guys.
Like people to go film with, skaters.
Yeah, but then in the end, it's like, well, clearly John's going to work on Chris's part.
Right.
He worked with him the most. Like he's going to edit it. But there'd be nights where John would be like, I'm stumped.
I'm lost.
He's like, yo, let me
Hop in here.
Yeah, let me. Yeah.
And so he'd let me hop in, and I would be like in this foreign part. I'm like, whoa, all right.
But that's even tough to
it's
do
like looking at it
too,
with
because you're
fresh-
not familiar with it.
Yeah, but you look at it
right?
with fresh eyes.
Exactly. And
And,
so
like-
sometimes I'd see like his edits and I'm like, oh, you know what? Yeah, this is a little like off here. Like maybe we'll try this. And of course we've duplicated the sequence,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I'm not going to ruin anything.
Right.
And then maybe he wakes up and he's like, oh yeah, cool. Or he wakes up and he's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
just
You
depends.
just end up with a better product in the end. Yeah.
Because I haven't had that since Transworld. I haven't had like a buddy to work with.
Okay.
So
what do you enjoy more? Do you enjoy that process more? Or would you rather just focus it by yourself? Like,
honestly,
yeah.
I would rather not edit ever. Ever.
I just-
Again.
like this
I just
guy.
finally retired from editing. I'm like,
That's smart.
Yeah.
this BA piece that like Reddit and I just did, like, is my last piece I'm gonna edit.
That is smart.
Yeah.
'Cause
Why? What is it though? Because
About
you're
editing?
creating something. Like even though the skater has skated in it, but you're creating this thing.
In the beginning, it was really fun because I learned how to film for the edit, and then like editing helped me learn how to film better.
So you would think in your
Because
mind,
you know what
like,
you need.
The
okay,
end.
this trick that I filmed this way, like I can film it this. I could film this trick this way, and they would blend in.
I got heavily into that,
Together,
like the
right.
in and the out.
Yes.
And I literally would sometimes I
You
almost
pretty much
think,
mastered it.
thank you, but I don't know if I did. I don't know. I just kept thinking like, all right, every in, every out has to have an in,
Yeah.
you know, and like, okay, if I stop here, then it's gonna work great with we're filming this trick, and that's a perfect wall to wipe from or to like come up
Yeah.
from. French Fred always like kind of went to the ground and came back up sometimes.
Yeah.
And I kind of just, I guess, kind of went from that, thinking
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
it's
you went
smoother.
off walls to.
walls or like using poles or whatever.
Well, you're directing it.
Yeah.
You're
mean, yeah.
directing the
Yeah.
part. You know, you're filming it,
Essentially.
directing it, like the skater's skating in it.
How many
you know?
crossfades do you think you've ever used in your life?
Oh God, I man, I wore out that button. Or the pen tool button, just crossfading everything a lot. Now I don't crossfade. Now it's all hard cuts. I like hard cuts now.
Oh, okay. What about, I feel like dramatic stuff needs a little crossfade, no?
I think crossfades are basically band-aids for like editors.
Okay. Yeah.
You know?
I look back and I'm like, wow, I really
abused that. Yeah, did you? Oh,
I abused that pretty heavily.
Wow.
You know what's one thing I noticed? You are pretty much the reason why everyone's fucking footage looks yellow nowadays. Like,
what?
Like VX1000? Because you used to add a yellow tint to your shit, right?
Really?
Yes, heavily.
Why did you do that?
Because I was dumb. I didn't know that you could add.
But you
nice warm tint later.
You didn't overdo it. But
I
kids
think I
nowadays.
did.
Oh, wait, you did it.
Kids nowadays really overdo it.
Oh, wait, you did it in the camera?
Yeah, which means you ruin it. You never do that.
So the VX must have a setting. How does that work?
I would white balance to gray. And I would.
completely normal.
Yeah, gray card.
But there are kids out there like, yo, my secret is I white balance to the fucking blue sky.
Oof.
And then it turns fucking like orange. And you're like, dude, that looks terrible. But they're so hyped on it.
But what made you do that? Was it just the look that you're like? I like how this looks.
I kind of remember it one day. I was filming my buddy Thomas, who helped me build stuff. We're at Locking Out of High. He kicked up the 11 stair, and I fucked up, and I white balanced wrong before he did it. And I showed Daniel and Thomas the trick. I was like, oh, here it is. And I was like, oh, the colors are kind of bad. Like, shit. Daniel's like, oh, that looks cool. It looks like sunset. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like sunset. Like, I like that. It feels good. And then I just started doing that from then on. I just made stuff really warm.
Okay. Huh.
And then I watch it back and I'm like, whoa, this is like people's skin's big fucking orange.
I need that. I need that color balance. I'm fucking white as shit. I would love that.
As a filmmaker, how do you feel about Instagram video and like how a lot of these dudes now just post their shit right away to Instagram?
Social media and this world is happening, and I can't stop it.
Yep. Right.
And so I can be like the bitter guy.
Yeah.
Oh, don't Instagram. Or I can just be like, fuck it. Right. Instagram your face off. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I would love to see someone right now be like, all right, we're gonna fucking like a skate company be like, all right, we're gonna do a video. And every day these guys get a clip. Fuck it, put it on Instagram.
Yes.
And then at the end of it, like at the end of when they finally hit their deadline or whatever,
you make a full-length video.
A product and you sell that product.
I had an interview and I said the exact same thing.
Really?
Yeah.
So you believe in that?
You just gotta embrace it. It's like, all right, fuck, it's going on
but
anyway.
You're putting out your whole video part.
So no matter what you do, you switch foot man on the stage, it goes on that night.
Yeah.
And on top of it, let's say you're skating with like 5 other people, whatever they get that day goes on too.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially now you can fit more stuff on there.
Yeah.
And then it builds up hype for those guys.
Yeah.
It builds up hype for the project guys are working on.
Right.
And then towards the end,
it's not color corrected. It's just raw skating, right?
Yeah.
And then then you're
you
like,
put out a rad product.
3 months later, it's gonna have music. It's gonna be an edit. It's gonna look better. And then you get like longevity out of your trick.
I can
and
see
nothing
that.
you
I
can
can
do
see that.
is invite kids to like rip all the footage and do their own remixes.
And they can do their own mix. And then, and also, if certain people have tons of followers, you could have like 4 million eyeballs on your trick that day.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Which is probably more than the DVD
video.
you're going to make.
And that's also 4 million followers that are now like aware of like whatever video, like you're working for Birdhouse now, right?
Yes. We're making a full-length video, and I can't help but, I've talked to them, I'm like, God, are you sure you want to do the full length? Like, I don't know. Are they dead? Or are they...
I don't think full lengths are dead.
Okay. So I love asking this question.
You've made plenty of full length videos. Like, I feel like we need to back up a little bit because you like after Transworld you went to Nike.
Yeah.
You've made fucking 4 videos.
4 videos for Nike.
Four
Yeah.
videos for Nike.
Did you make their first video too?
No.
The one with the skits and everything?
No.
That was Dan Wolf and a
nothing
whole
but the
production
truth.
company.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a bit weird, and it wasn't on Dan. I think it was
production
definitely on the
company.
production company.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Right. How was it working for Nike?
Actually, let's just back up. How did you transition? Because you went from Transworld to audio to Nike.
Yeah. And you were at audio for a second there as well.
Yeah.
But I think it's weird. Isn't it weird though that like it's almost like an NBA player? Like they get drafted to one team, and all of a sudden they've played for 12 teams throughout the league.
Yeah.
Like, how do you feel about like going from one company to another company?
But audio is like going out of business.
Well, no, I know, but I'm just saying like the Transworld and then Nike and then Birdhouse. It's like, do you feel like, man, like I wish I could stay in one place, or is it kind of cool? Like it's a cool new thing, like new people and.
I think Transworld kind of got me ready to always move on to something new because we work with 4 or 5 guys, and then later. And then 4 or 5 new guys.
Right.
And then later.
It's kind of exciting, yeah.
It's cool. I never really made like solid friends because I was always like a new set of friends came in that I had to be around.
Right.
So it wasn't that weird to go to audio and be there for only 5 months or 6 months, whatever, how long it was.
Right.
And then, oh shit, now I don't have a job.
Yeah.
I'm going to try it. Oh crap, Nike's hiring.
Yeah.
And luckily got that.
Yeah.
So that was cool. I wanted a job where I didn't have to film like 4 guys and then work on a new project. I actually wanted to like work up with a big team.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
But their team was too big, so we had to break up all the videos.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like Transworld videos again, in a sense.
What did they do? Chronicles?
The first one was Debacle.
Debacle.
And that was all their young kids. They called like the AMs.
Yeah.
And that was probably my favorite one.
That was a
I've
great one.
made. Yeah.
That
I think
that one was awesome.
Thanks,
That
man.
one was really sick.
Those guys were. It was good.
whose idea was all the glass breaking?
It was probably John Humphrey's idea. I'd assume it was John Humphrey's idea. I mean, I don't think it was mine. The name came from the team manager there. He was. I don't know if you guys know Andy Henry.
Doctor.
The doctor.
Yeah.
Doctor.
I call him Doctor.
As you should.
He calls me Doctor too.
What I love about Andy is he like tried to go work outside of skateboard, and then he's like, "Fuck this, I'm going back."
And came back. Exactly. And now he works at Converse.
I think it's amazing. He has a PhD. Like
Yes.
he's a doctor.
Yeah.
Like he could save my life if I need to.
No,
You know what? If something bad happened to you, I would want him around.
Yeah,
regardless
that's
if
what I'm saying.
He's one of those guys you're like, okay, this guy, he knows what's going on.
Totally.
You know, he's always the really smart guy of the group. He's the doctor.
For sure.
And he always use kind of like funny words. And one day he's like, oh, this is a debacle. This is a debacle. What's going on here right now? Like, what are we doing right now? We're in Europe. And I'm like, looking like debacle. Like, oh, perfect name for the video.
Oh.
And that's how that name came about. And
Nice.
And then the glass breaking, I think, kind of came with that. Like, all right, everything just kind of goes to shit.
So you were working on that video with John Humphreys?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
he
All
was
the
shooting
intros.
photos. Yeah, all the intros. Like, so those intros were his idea.
Okay. But you shot the whole. I mean, were you? Did
God,
you?
yeah, like that video was like I think like 98% of
were you
it.
kind of like a control freak on that?
100%.
Really?
You're like, this is my baby.
Yeah.
I think I am just kind of a control freak in general. So
Well, that goes back to my question. Did you want people looking over your shoulder and helping you? You know.
And I instantly was like, yeah, I could do that. But then now I think about it, I don't know. It just depends on what it is.
But you did a great job on that. Did you have people? You didn't have people looking over your. Was Nike trying to like come in and put their little notes and stuff?
100% no.
Awesome.
It was amazing. Like that was
Sick.
the most like freedom I had at Nike was that video, and it got.
Oh.
The freedom was like slowly taken away as the videos went on.
But that was a great video. Now, why did they start trying to change the?
Well, Chronicles after that was Chronicles 1, and it was still like there was still a lot of freedom there.
Yeah.
Chronicles 2 freedom,
Right.
and then Chronicles 3 was kind of where it got pretty
Really?
bad.
I remember seeing you after the Chronicles 3
Yeah.
premiere, and I was like, "How you doing?" He's like, "You just seem bummed."
I was. I mean, near the end of it, they like Nike wanted. I think what happened was Nike wanted to treat the video like a commercial, but they didn't tell me that until the end.
Well, like, what do you mean a commercial? Like, what do you like? How
Like
how's
more product placement.
Yeah, a little bit. They just wanted more of an in on it, but in the very end moments. Like, oh, we don't like this song. We want you to change it. Change this and give us a new song. Like edit that and throw in a new.
They gave you notes after you've already done the work.
Like 2 weeks left to
Who
finish.
was Phil Knight in there telling you what to do? Like, what was how?
Oh, well, that'd be great. No,
who
I can't.
was-
I don't even want to mention names.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing. If I'm going to work with someone, then that means like you need to be like next to me
Right.
for the.
You can't come in the 12th hour.
Or you can't come in once a week.
Right.
You just can't do that. Like if you want to if we're gonna be together on this project, then I'm doing 16-hour days. You should come do a 16-hour day with me.
Totally.
Like
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
day. But sometimes it didn't happen that way. But it wasn't really him actually. It was other people at Nike.
Okay.
And when I say it turned into a commercial, I think is what happened is that they just wanted to weigh in more. But they didn't tell me that they were going to want to weigh in more until the very end.
Okay.
If I would have known, like,
Well, I think they started to realize
Going
like
into
what
it.
they had after the fact. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
oh shit, like,
we could do this, we could do that.
how was your time working at Nike? I imagine it was amazing.
The majority of
sure.
the time was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. The only problem I ever had was at the end of the last video.
When you first got hired by Nike, we were like, dream job, like cool, like this is dope. Like
Set for life.
I didn't really
Yeah.
know. I'd heard because I mean Daniel, my buddy Daniel Schmizuk,
Yep.
he rode for Nike, and I saw like I knew he rode on some nice planes and had some pretty nice treatment.
Right.
And so I didn't know what to expect when I got hired. It was different. That wasn't the case anymore.
Okay. Huh.
Andy Henry ran a really tight ship. He kind of did it like on a shoestring budget in
Yeah,
a sense.
okay.
And so I didn't really see like this Nike that everyone had talked about. I think Mirror Chronicles 2, that kind of Nike started coming back a little bit, so I got to see some fancier stuff.
Nice.
It was cool.
At least you got to experience a little.
Yeah.
The first class treatment.
Yeah.
So what happened with Nike? Were you
Nike
let go or like
Nike let me go.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I would have stayed.
What are they going to do in Chronicles 4? Like, no, that was the end of the Chronicles.
They are stopping like full length videos, which I told them like we should stop.
Yeah.
And I actually had like a whole bunch of ideas for them already for future projects.
I kind of feel like most skaters don't want to film parts anymore.
Why would you want to?
I know. Seriously. Yeah.
It's just interesting hearing you say that.
Right.
Yeah.
I've learned to just deal with it.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I mean, I feel like half the time you end up younger kids now, they don't need to make a sponsor me tape.
Right.
They just could put everything on Instagram.
Right.
And I think you can literally get sponsored from Instagram or maybe even Snapchat.
You don't know who's watching.
Yeah. And so I don't know, like the use of an actual video just seems like less and less to me. A kid could film a full part, but he could film it over time as he just Instagrams himself.
I don't know. I think skateboarding's in a weird time right now where they're like, nobody knows what to do.
Well, everyone's just following the trend. That's all it is.
I still think that nobody knows what to do.
No,
like nobody knows what the next thing is.
Here's the problem. Is
like, are they going to keep Instagramming? Or
skate companies aren't seeing a profit from videos.
Okay.
Because they don't know how to sell the videos properly. Because they're too busy giving it away on fucking Thrasher Mag or fucking Barracks or fucking put it on YouTube for 24 hours and then every kid rips it. You know,
so what's the point?
Adidas, they almost did it right and then they blew it last minute.
How? What do you mean?
Like Adidas was doing for away days, whatever. They were doing the kind of like a making of.
Yeah.
Like
I loved it.
Yeah, on Thrash or whatever.
Right.
Like, and I was like paying attention. I was like, all right, this is gonna be sick. And then like they're gonna release a video on fucking
iTunes, DVD,
whatever. And like I'm like, I want to buy this video.
Yeah.
You know, someone leaked the video internally onto Pornhub.
That's what I thought you were gonna say. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like, all right, I'm gonna download it off Pornhub. Fuck it. You know.
And then you have it.
They scrambled. They had it removed, and then they made the mistake of putting it on YouTube for 24 hours.
Which then it probably got
ripped even more. Right. Basically, like, people like pre-ordered the video, and then they gave the video away before the pre-order, like before you can even buy the video. And it's like, dude, I just pre-ordered this thing, and then you just gave it out for free. Like, why the fuck did I even buy it?
Here's the thing, though, Raj. I think it was genius. The Pornhub thing. I think it was genius.
Do too.
Yeah, that's good.
But here's the thing, I
think Mike Carroll put it up there.
They're probably I know he has an account.
Yeah, he definitely has an account.
I know he has an account. I think they sell more shoes now than they ever.
Totally.
They sell.
It's a total
Can I finish? They sell more shoes now than the video would have made. Money
skateboard videos,
you know what I mean? Like they're selling more shoes. I see Adidas now on almost every fucking kid, where back in the day it was Nike.
Yeah.
I would go to a skate park and every kid would wear Nikes.
But skateboard videos are a promo item.
Can you stop what you just said? You said back in the day you saw everyone wearing Nikes.
Yeah, when I switch manual to the stage, like
there was no one.
Everybody was
wearing
wearing Stefan Janowski.
I just wanted to say
it was
that.
crazy.
Okay.
Skate videos are pretty much like a promotional item for a lot of companies nowadays. You know what I mean? So like, putting it out there for free, it's only going to bring awareness to your brand.
Right, yeah.
But if you want to like make a profit off it, just don't give it away for free.
I don't think Adidas really has to make a profit off of their video that they're selling. You know,
they shouldn't have got bummed when someone put it on Pornhub and they scrambled to take it down and then they give it out for free anyway.
How do you know they got bummed?
You think they planned it?
You know what? If they didn't,
if they did, it's fucking genius.
That's why I don't think you need to make a video anymore. Make a video for sale.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure Made Chapter 2 is going to probably sell like hotcakes. I'm sure it will because it has like a cult following in a sense. Like it's the America video.
Yeah. It'll break even.
It probably will break even.
And which will be, if they break even, it's still great.
That's still a win.
Yeah.
You know? Because it is advertisement. So back at Transworld, we would barely break even.
Right.
And I was getting worried. That's actually kind of why I wanted to leave, was because I was thinking that they're probably, why would they keep us if we're not making any money?
Yeah.
So I started looking. I think that's kind of why I went to audio. I was like, all right, I need to go to a team because they don't necessarily need to make money. They just will use advertisement.
They're going to make money on the back end.
Yeah, like selling shoes.
Exactly. Yeah.
Where Transworld wasn't selling shoes. They're just
selling magazines.
Magazines, videos.
Right.
So
well, now companies are realizing like, why do we need to even have a Jason Hernandez or a fucking like
anybody,
or a photographer or whatever? Because Thrasher, Barracks, Transworld will bend over backwards to get
all
our
our
content
on their pages.
on their pages.
Right.
So
which
like,
is scary.
yeah.
Yeah.
And like, but then you lose control of what your brand is because now they're controlling what your brand looks
right,
like.
Exactly. It's a super gray area right now. I don't even know what you're supposed to do. I mean, anyone can film. Yeah. Anyone can film.
Right.
Anyone with a fucking iPhone in their pocket
Exactly.
can film. Yeah.
And I think most of the time, even like on my feed, I can put up an iPhone clip, like just shot on my iPhone.
Yeah.
And I'll notice it gets way more views than something where it's like red clips, like all mixed together. I went home, I edited that night, blah, blah, blah.
All buttery.
Right.
It doesn't mean shit.
Right.
No one cares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
can't
think
even-
people like something on social media, like something that's more
Organic.
and personal that like you just had fun doing on, but
Yeah.
you have fun doing it stuff with the red camera because
I do.
You get it.
I do and I don't because I guess I would enjoy more not going home, sitting in front of the computer, editing it, if it's literally going to get less views than the one where I just pulled out my phone and just did that.
Right,
you know.
right. But how do you feel about? I mean, now that you're working with Birdhouse, you guys doing a full length video.
Yeah.
So you're doing a full length video.
They were already doing one before I got hired.
Right.
Was it Adam Mills working on it?
Yeah. Adam Mills is.
Oh.
He probably has like a quarter of it. He'd already had a quarter of it going.
Oh,
and then
wow.
I kind of
Okay.
stepped in. He's still filming it.
Nice.
Those guys, like their team is so tight knit, and like they're literally family. Like I haven't experienced that actually anywhere.
Wow.
And they're all gnarly.
Oh yeah.
They're all really gnarly,
Yeah.
but at the same time, no matter how gnarly you are, the world of social media is gnarlier. And I hate saying that, but it's fucking the truth. You know, back in the day, you're always worried of someone doing your trick. Nowadays, someone's gonna do your trick.
Yeah, no matter what.
Right.
So then, I guess like for me, when I grew up or when I was making more videos, I don't know, whatever, at Transworld, that's what I was always worried about. And now it's like I see it in front of me happening.
Yeah.
Like your trick is getting done a lot, probably.
Totally.
And it's like, all right, well then.
Like the Wilshire fucking debacle.
Oh yeah.
That whole thing was so interesting.
Yeah.
I was on the road for that when it was happening. And I got to see firsthand like what was going on.
Yeah.
And that was almost like my.
Were you on the road with Birdhouse when that?
Yeah.
Was going on? Oh really?
And so I got to hear Clint talking to him.
He was.
Sharif.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And I heard the whole thing. Like it was. I think I don't know what people think about
Who do you
Clint or
think- okay.
about all that.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, who do you think was in the right or the wrong?
I honestly don't think
Doesn't matter.
And no one was wrong. No one was right.
Okay.
I mean, that kid, like the kid who did it, whatever, like he probably didn't know Clint did it. That's because
Right.
Clint
Yeah.
was holding
Right.
on to it.
Right.
The kid was probably
Exactly.
psyched that he was like, "Fuck yeah, I just did this trick, or whatever." Like putting it out there.
Did it on his birthday.
Yeah.
Clint called him. Somehow got his number.
Clint found out that he did it.
Yeah. Someone from Stoner Park, Richie Valdez.
Richie Valdez. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He somehow saw that footage on someone's phone.
Okay.
Then he sent to Clint, and then Clint's like, "Look at this," and he shows me in the van and shows like Mills because Mills filmed him do it.
Yeah.
He's like, "Fuck." He's like, "Oh man, like I don't know what the kid's gonna do with it." So somehow he got the kid's number.
Yeah.
Calls him up. The kid's super cool. Like,
Yeah.
"Wow, I can't believe you're calling
And
me."
then post it right away.
Yeah, and he asked him. He's like, "Hey, could you hang on to it? Like, I'm. This is possibly a cover."
Right.
I think it was going to be like near the end of his part in the Birdhouse
Right.
video.
Yeah.
And so he's like, "Yeah, then let me think about it."
Yeah.
I guess that's what he said to Clint.
Okay.
And then Clint called him back like a couple hours later, and I guess his tone had kind of changed. He's like, "Nah, man, I'm just going to use it. I don't know, maybe talk to someone else." And they're just like, "Nah, fuck it.
Right.
I have no clue what happened.
Yeah.
No idea.
Right.
But whatever happened. And he's like, "I'm going to post it like soon."
Yeah.
And so it was like, all right, well, and then he posted it like literally with like minutes after.
Yeah.
And then we all started posting Clint's Ollie, like photos of it.
Yeah,
And then it
right.
became a whole thing where, so anyways, that is a perfect example of, I have no idea.
I think skateboarding needed something like that.
Yeah.
Just like a little bit of beef that was kind of funny
I mean, like,
and
you can't avoid that. It's
right.
just going to happen regardless.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen,
Right,
you know.
right.
It was interesting. That was the
even,
first time
even
that
if
happened.
Richie Valdez
Yeah,
didn't like see it and fucking bring it to his attention and
Yeah.
fucking Clint
Oh,
made the
wow.
phone call,
Yeah.
like it would have happened regardless.
Yeah.
He would have posted it regardless,
Yeah.
and it still would have been
Yeah.
this bummer thing.
Yeah.
You know, I don't even think it was beef. I think it looked like beef from like an outside perspective,
Yeah.
but since I was like right there, I realized that, you know, he did all the right things. He called him up, asked him, talked to him, all that shit, you know?
But it's just like how long do I have to fucking wait? Like,
Exactly.
is a Birdhouse, what, a year from now?
But
Like,
think about it from his point of view. Like, I did it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, or this kid's saying I did it. Like, Like, why do I got to hang on to it? I just want to share it.
And he didn't know he did it, right?
But that's
he had no idea. So he's like, dude, I'm stoked.
Right.
I did
Exactly.
it. Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like the kids, like it sucks for the kid. You know, like I said, like how long is a video? How
Is
long
the ABD dead?
What does that mean?
Like it's already been done. Like
does that matter?
Whole, like, does it, like you know when we go to a spot, like so and so did this. Is it dead?
Personally,
is the world a skate park now where people just go and skate?
Personally, I think you might as well just go ahead and do it.
Listen, my motto: your shit's your shit, my shit's my shit.
I like it.
Okay, go do your shit, and I'm gonna do my shit. And if we happen to do the same shit, hey,
Cool.
You guys will both do it differently. And
hell yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying?
You waiting for Carlos to come in?
For the switch mania on the stage. That I will not fucking allow. Okay.
Check.
well, it's been done a few times now.
I know.
But granted, though, there are certain things that most people probably wouldn't go touch, like a Heath Kirchard trick, a Jamie Thomas trick, or
Yeah.
you know, an MJ, Mike Carroll trick, whatever. But yeah,
But at the same time, like Heath might go out. Say like Heath was on fire, like whatever. Went fucking did his shit at UCI, whatever.
Yeah.
And then some random kid like fucking Jason
sure,
Jones
yeah.
or
Oh,
whoever,
shit, yeah.
like goes and just does his shit, doesn't even know
Yeah.
Heath did this already.
Yeah.
Because he's sitting on it
yep,
and then just posted on Instagram. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like
yeah,
that.
it's gonna happen. Like,
Yeah.
people think alike a lot of times.
I mean, skateboarding, like we're all trying to do the same thing. We're all trying to be like the first to do this thing.
sure, right.
I really like the idea from back what we were talking about earlier about you do it that day, you do it that moment, it goes out that night.
Right.
Yeah, and then you put a product at the end.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a
Every
good-
single.
Yeah.
Like, why not?
How did Birdhouse receive that suggestion?
Oh God, they don't know. I've mentioned it in the van a couple times, and they were all no.
Formula is dead. There's no formula anymore.
Well, here's the thing. So what I heard was that the skaters, like all the guys on the team, they want to be in a video. So it's like their choice.
Yeah.
And I guess
and they want to save the footage.
Yeah,
Right,
and Tony wants to give them that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what.
Yeah.
I think that is really cool.
But you can get more longevity and fucking more hype for the video if you just fuck it, just put it out.
I just think you know, it just goes back to, hey man, like as a sponsored skater, professional, like that's what you do, man.
You're
That's what
supposed
you
to do
live
this.
for. Like
Yeah.
you live to, you know, a couple years go by and you put out this part and you go to the theater and you watch it and you
Yeah.
see yourself up on the
But at the
screen
same time,
and
like a lot of kids aren't following your Instagram every goddamn day and seeing these things go down.
do you know what I'm saying, Raj? Like
I
I think
totally
it's just
know,
like
yeah.
it's just that old time. Hey, we've been doing this for years, you know, and like this is how you do it, you know, and so there's no formula anymore, you know. So it's like, hey,
That's all that matters is the end result. You know, you figure out your own formula to get the end result.
by the time my video part comes out and some other fucking kid did that trick, I don't fucking care. It's my video part.
Yeah, man.
I don't give a fuck who did what.
Yeah.
So what little Johnny fucking did it? I don't care.
So would you rather see it that way? Would you rather just see like full length videos and full length parts live?
No, I don't care.
Okay.
I want to.
I'm just saying that like, you know, if I'm filming for a video and that video is going to come out 2 years from now, fucking who cares, bro? I'm going to go do my shit. And if somebody else went and did that same shit at that same spot, I don't fucking care. You know what I mean? Like, who cares?
Another problem though.
Your shit's your shit, my shit's my shit.
Another problem with the full length video thing is a lot of companies, they feel like, oh, people don't have the attention span to watch a 60-minute video. You know what I mean? Like it's like, oh, we need to do 3 minutes edits because that's what YouTube says is fucking like is working. That's like the retention span of our fucking audience or whatever.
You have to make your product the way that you want to make it.
Exactly.
You can't just make something because somebody else says.
If we listen to YouTube, like what YouTube says, whatever, to like oh, like kids only want to watch fucking from 3 to 5 minute videos or whatever. Like our show, would only be 3 to 5 minutes, and we'd break it up to fucking 14 goddamn episodes and it would suck.
Yeah.
It would suck.
Okay. You don't have to fucking yell. Stop yelling at me, Raj.
I'm just trying to get my point.
Stop yelling at me.
I also like what Adidas was doing. They were going to like a city or country, whatever, and they were killing it. There's rad visuals, rad skating.
I loved it.
And I was into it. I was like, this is. I even told Nike, I was like, we should be doing something along these lines.
They were crushing it with that.
Yeah, I thought it was great, and I think that would still be great. Now.
Well, that's the thing. There's no formula. Like, if you have a great idea and you pitch that company that great idea, that company could either be like, yeah or no. You know, and
like,
there's
well, not in our budget.
Well, I'm just saying that there's no formula. You could do whatever. skateboarding, you could do whatever the fuck you want.
Totally.
You know what I'm saying?
And you can do a lot more with a bigger budget.
I get it. But I'm just saying, Raj, there's no formula.
I know there's no formula.
You could just do whatever, and that's why Away Days was killing it. You know, like they were just doing their thing. Nobody's done that before. It's
and they had the budget
sick.
to do it that way.
All I'm saying, Raj, you're not listening. Do I have to yell at you to get my point across?
No, when you have a budget to do stuff like that, it makes a fucking difference.
Yep.
I can't wait to see the Birdhouse video, man. I think it's going to be amazing.
I think it will be too. I just, like we were talking about earlier, I'm still so wishy-washy on everything. I don't know what will impact anyone anymore.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
You know what?
I think you're going to need to figure out how you deliver it.
How so?
You know what I mean? Like how to basically put it out there, like whether it's like an iTunes thing or like.
You want to hear my opinion?
Yeah, I'm curious.
Don't yell at me, Raj. Now I think that.
If you ran Birdhouse, how would you want to put your video?
Okay, I'd have a premiere for it.
Okay,
right in LA, whatever.
Everyone loves a premiere.
Love a premiere.
Yep.
You know, free booze, the whole thing, the whole nine club, and I would release it on DVD,
but
and
no
I would release.
No one uses DVDs
Raj,
anymore.
this is not your business plan. This is my business plan. Okay, I would release the DVD. And I would release in iTunes, maybe a small run of DVDs. It doesn't have to be this huge thing. Just maybe so skate shops can have a couple copies, Release it on iTunes also. Download the iTunes. In maybe a month or so, when you see the sales kind of going down,
trickle,
then put it out there on YouTube for free.
But then it just bums out the people that paid for it. Like, why can't I just wait like a month?
Bro, it's $20. Who fucking cares?
But why not just seed out fucking
That's my business plan, Raj. That's what I would do. Because I think eventually it'll be out there on YouTube and everything. So just, hey, put somebody's part on Thrasher, or then put somebody's thing, and then, you know what I mean? Like slowly just kind of put it out there, and then boom, it's free on YouTube. What do you want? What do you want from us? More people see it, the better,
That's all that matters is people see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. I don't even want to hear. I don't even want to hear your business.
No,
plan.
It all depends on how the brand approaches it. If the brand wants to be making money off it or not.
Okay, Raj, what's your business plan? What would you do?
It all depends on what Birdhouse wants to do with it. Do they want to?
No.
Do they want to make money off this project? Or do they want to just make it as a promotional?
What would you do?
It depends if I had the money in the budget.
What would you do? What your ideal? What would you do
if I wanted to make money off it? Or if I wanted to put it up for free, what?
That's my question to you. What would Roger Bagley have the Birdhouse video right here? What does Roger Bagley want to do with it? It's all on your hands.
Well, if I was working for Birdhouse, I'd obviously want to make money.
Go on.
All right. The plan that Jason and I had already talked about with dropping clips leading up to the video and then putting out a product and selling that product and not putting it out for free would be my approach.
Okay, so you'd make a DVD or you'd iTunes.
Probably iTunes or some sort of digital download. Yeah.
Okay.
There's no reason. I love hard copy, but I feel like it's dead. Who the fuck is no? You can't even put a fucking DVD in a laptop anymore.
Right.
You know what I mean? No one owns a fucking a DVD player.
Yeah.
The only people that have a fucking a place to play that is on their PSP.
I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I think that's a damn good idea, Raj. I'm backing it 100%. I have a DVD rack. All it's good for, my cat sits on it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Larry.
That's all. Larry just sits on my DVD collection. Now, would you use a hashtag
Totally.
Birdhouse Video 2017?
Yeah.
Okay.
You would do all the little marketing bullshit you got to do and fucking just to keep that hype going or whatever else.
But do you
because
think,
when the video does come out, a lot of the stuff that's in there, the video didn't make it onto Instagram. It didn't make it onto Snapchat, whatever. There's still going to be stuff in there that no one's ever seen.
Right.
But at the same time,
and
you took everyone on the journey.
And it's a full-length video.
Yeah, but a full-length video nowadays, I feel to me, a full-length is 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe. And that might even be long now. I think I try to make every Chronicles 25-ish.
Okay. Yeah.
I wouldn't even...
But was that
20?
Was that because someone was telling you that kids' retention span
That's because I thought that.
Yeah.
I just figured that the shorter you made it, it's just the more palatable it is to watch nowadays. And I feel like it's just only going to get worse.
Yeah. I just think it's quantity, it's quality over quantity.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as long as you have the quality shit in there and no bullshit,
it's going to be great.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
30 minutes, 45 minutes, 20 minutes, because at the end of the day, they're just going to watch their favorite part anyway.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what's a big deal, you know? But the Birdhouse video must be interesting. You know, how is it going though? Are you having fun?
One of the first trips I was on with them, we'd spent probably like 10 hours in the van. Like 10 hours all day. We were out all day long.
Yeah.
Get back, it's 2 a.m. or something. Mm-hmm. We're hungry, so I take them to like Del Taco, get them the drive-through. Okay. Get back to the hotel.
Yeah.
And I get out of the van. Like, I'm done. I'm done in the van. Like, here I go. Close the door, grab my shit.
Yeah.
And I slam the back door. And I'm like, all these guys are still in the van. Like, what the fuck? So I go back to the front, and I look in the van. I'm like, what are you guys doing? Like, we love it in here. Like, we don't want to leave. And they're just eating in the van. And they will end up hanging out in the van.
In the van, yeah.
When the night's over.
It's like the little clubhouse.
It's like home, straight up home to them. They make pockets and shit in the back.
Well, you know, your seat in your van is your home.
But they also, it's interesting. They switch it up. Like no one has like there is the backseat guys and no one fucks with them.
Okay.
But they swap. Everyone just swaps. Like
really,
you can get back to the van and have your own little spot. Yeah. And someone else is in your spot.
I don't think I've ever experienced that. It's always like your seat is your seat.
I know.
And even if you had two vans and somebody like migrated to the other van,
they get shit and then they can't come back.
They can't come back. No.
In this van, everyone just swaps it out. Like,
and they won't talk to you at the spot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
I've seen it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could be shotgun, and then all of a sudden you come back and someone has their fucking shit and shotgun.
Yeah. So is Lizzie with you guys and stuff? Is that
yeah, on the last couple of trips she's been on.
Okay, cool. How is that with the girl in the van and all that stuff? How does that go? I mean, she seems like a rad girl. She seems like maybe like one of the dudes or whatever. Like, I don't know. Maybe not one of the dudes, but you know what I mean? Like she seems cool. Like
Chris has a crush on her.
Oh yeah?
Well, she's a cute girl. Yeah, she's cute. No, but listen, I've never experienced that. Yeah. I've been on not hundreds. I've been on a lot of tours in the van, and there's never been a girl in there. So I'm just wondering how that dynamic plays out. You know?
I don't even notice her.
Really?
I mean, not like she fits right in.
Oh, cool.
The only time you ever notice her, I gotta pee.
Yeah.
And you gotta get her to actual stop.
Now, are the dudes pissing in bottles around her and stuff, and she don't care? She's just like, whatever.
There is nothing held back in front of her.
Okay, cool.
Like I
like that.
The wildest stories. Yeah. And sometimes when I first started, when I was like driving the van or in shotgun, I'm like listening to what they're talking about. I'm like, whoa, that's kind of gnarly. And I look back and I'm like, fuck, is this like bumming around?
Right.
She's just like right there, right next to the guy talking about the craziest like story about.
Yeah. I think that's rad though. To have the girl in there. It's cool. It's always nice to have a female around, no matter what. You know what I mean? Like,
do like girls like fan out on her if they they probably
really?
out hard.
Oh yeah, I mean,
because she rips.
I'd say her and Aaron are like the ones that get noticed the most. Jaws, yeah. It is so funny. I think I had like maybe expectations of Jaws, like, oh, he's gonna be this gnarly dude. He is
sweetheart,
the sweetest of sweet guys ever, and it's funny.
Wow.
I don't know, when you don't know people and then all of a sudden you're like hanging out with them for weeks on end.
Yeah.
I have to totally tweak my brain with the way I'm trying to find spots for him.
Yeah, I bet.
The dude can literally, what he can take as impact and like the things that he can skate. I'm not looking at the same.
Are you ever
shit.
worried about him?
Yes, 100%. Because I didn't know him. I never really saw it in person. And then when I saw him like do the first, his first big thing in front of me, I was like, I was fully like, okay, is he gonna make it over this? Like, what happens when he bails?
He's like a skinny guy.
Oh, he's skinnier than you.
No, that's bullshit.
No, he really is.
I think he is.
Yeah.
I think he might be.
I'd like to have a skinny contest with him. Really see.
He's shorter than you.
Okay.
But I think he's skinnier than you.
Wow.
It's crazy what happens to his body.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey man, thanks for coming, dude.
Thanks for having me.
I think I can't wait to see the Birdhouse video. I think you're gonna nail it. Are you gonna edit it yourself? Are you gonna lock yourself in a?
I am. That'll
be good.
I'm gonna try my best to go with the gut, and then maybe to go with like the first one.
Comes in the room. Tony, get out of here. I got this, man. All right.
If Tony came in the room and wanted to sit down during an edit, I'd be like, sit on down, buddy.
Pull up a chair.
Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah.
I'd kick him out. I wouldn't let him see the goddamn thing till the premiere.
Oh my god!
You know,
Because no one's gonna critique themselves like themselves. You know. Like,
I know, but that's the problem. You know, you're gonna make Tony shine. You know, and Lizzie and all the rest of the gang.
Get some street footage of Tony.
I know.
That would be amazing.
I know, right?
God damn.
Just for the hell of it.
Just a couple.
Just give it that like feasters vibe, you know?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It'd just be so sick just to see him like do a tray flip or a hip or someone, you know?
He can
He
skate
can
it
skate
all.
street.
Yeah.
He can.
Yeah,
He's an
it's-
ATV.
Dude, he's fucking 48.
Crazy.
48 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's still doing 900.
900.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted just talking about it. Jesus Christ. Fucking eyes are spinning. But yeah, so dude, that's gonna be good. I can't wait for that. And you're gonna get us all tickets to the premiere?
Yep.
Okay.
They'll be there
Good.
drinking off the
Good,
wristbands.
good. I like it.
Yep.
Well, all right. Well, drive safe.
All right. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for
Thank you,
coming,
buddy.
dude.
Yes.
times.
Fucking man.
Thanks for the dolly.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's see with the dolly real quick. Get the dolly on there.
Oh shit.
I love that it
Hold
looks
on.
like a
Can
skateboard.
we can't.
What?
We kind of could.
Yeah, dolly that over here to me. Hey, I gotta say, man, that's pretty smooth.
Go pass me a beer.
You know, look at that.
It'll still. I mean, this is
Yeah.
still a little rough. Like,
Right.
It has
Oh,
to be
yeah.
on
You just need to go slow and maybe shoot it in slow mo.
Mm-hmm.
A little fucking S and Q.
I'm mesmerized. I don't know. What are these holes for here? You got
Those
two?
are quarter 20s. That's just another place to mount something,
Yeah.
basically. But this is a typical tripod head. So every tripod head in here would fit onto this 3/8.
I think my Perrier would fit right
On
over
top.
that. Yeah, look at that.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, see?
Look at okay.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
We came out with this, and then we were like right at the beginning of when a bunch of other people were doing it, and then I swear we did one of these, and then. Not that we started it by any means, but it just so happened that I want to say like 6 or 7 other companies like just came out with them, and they were really good.
Yeah.
The
That's what
skate one, whatever. I forget what it's called.
There's one called Rig Wheels.
Rig Wheels is good, but there's another one called Skate something, whatever.
Oh,
They're
it
like-
might be called Skater Dolly, actually.
yeah. It was like really precise.
Was it like $2,000?
Yeah, it was expensive.
Yeah,
I mean, $2,000 just to put my GoPro on. It's kind of crazy.
pretty
You
rough.
know? Yeah, I'll take this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could take that one.
Yeah, any day.
So what did JCL mean?
It's funny. It's just my that's our names.
Oh.
Jason, Carlos, and Lorraine. That's what you would do probably to get a product shot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Put the product there.
Oh, right. Look at that.
Boom.
Another live infomercial. It's our second live
Yeah.
infomercial,
Yep.
man. That's amazing.
We've already had one.
Yeah, Tori with
Tori with-
Grip Tape.
Oh
Okay.
my god. We'll see if we can get Lizzie on for you. You know.
Well, because Lizzie's local, right? She lives in Santa Monica.
She She's down in San Diego.
Oh, god damn it. There it goes.
Encinitas area.
Now
But she
you're-
does spend a lot of time in Santa Monica.
There you go,
It
Chris.
can still
You
happen.
know what I mean?
Still happen,
You know what's funny about these girl skaters? I know you got to go, but I just want to tell you real quick. I feel like they don't even know who I am.
They don't.
You know, that's the problem. You know, I don't know. I mean, think maybe
Chris
does she
Romberts.
know?
Who's Chris Romberts?
Yeah,
Chris
exactly.
Romberts.
But you know what? Like even Letitia, I don't even know if she knows who I am. You know,
I'd feel like she would more.
Maybe.
might, yeah.
because
I
she's
think she
more of the
would.
streets
I
together.
think she would for
Yeah.
sure.
I don't think she.
Working at Naked, do you ever like go film with her?
Never.
No?
I was gone before she was like really like in the mix.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Well, get home to your bae. She's waiting for you. You know, this ain't tour. You know.
No, I'm in town.
You're in town. You're in town. How long does it take you to get home?
From here?
Yeah.
40 minutes?
Ooh, I hope not.
Oh.
30.
30? That's
30
not bad.
35.
That's not bad. You'll be home in no time.
Yeah,
Okay.
that'll be okay.
Well, cool, dude. Well, thanks, Kelly.
Hey, thank you, Jason. You're
For
the fucking
saying it.
man.
Thanks
dude.
for thanks for pushing
making,
that button.
Hey, dude. Thanks for making skating sick, dude, and capturing it good.
Oh,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Hell yeah, dude.
All right, guys.
Let's get out of here. I bet a lot of people talk to you about that.
A
About
They
what?
want to know about the chomp on this. Yeah.
I imagine it's a chomp on this, and it's like, who did it? Who did it?
Who did it?
Who did it? That, yeah. Who did do it?
Harold did it.
Harold?
Son of a
Oh,
bitch.
Jesus Christ. That's what I'm saying. Like, you guys are doing it right. You know?
That-
Like, I...
seriously hear from you, Chris,
Yeah.
really, and being in this platform right now,
Right.
that means a lot, brother.
Well, thank you, bro.
Really.
Thank you. Well, you're welcome. Am I supposed to say you're welcome or thank you? I don't know.
Both.
But listen.
I'm teasing.